Hello everyone, happy morning and greetings to you all from our exclusive educational and empowerment update channel. And dear viewers, welcome back to our CBSE NCERT lesson series. And in this short video, we will be exploring the supplementary reader CBSE Class 10 English title, A Triumph of Surgery. Look at the pronunciation of the word triumph. It is not triumph as we generally used to say. It is triumph, means success of surgery. So let us look at the different characters, themes, various elements of the lesson, followed by short, very simple explanation for our struggling readers and slow learners. So this series will continue for this academic year. So please do subscribe and encourage. Dear students, as you all can see on the screen, there are three major characters in the story. Namely, James Herriot, who is a veterinary doctor, simply called a vet doctor, dealing with diseases of the animals with special reference to the dog. And we have a lovely lady, Mrs. Pumphrey. It is not Pumphrey, it's Pumphrey. And the last character is Tricky. So these are the three characters in this lesson we will be covering. So let's get started with the introduction of the lesson. So dear students, can you see the image here? Is James Herriot, a simple writer, especially animal husbandry or a dog lover. He loved dogs and had a number of experiences with dog and their owner. He has given very interesting accounts of his expressions in the lesson. So in the coming story, he would like to tell us his experience with a rich lady, Mrs. Pumphrey. She loved her dog and overfed him, means she fed the dog over a lot of items which made the dog become obese, means very fat. The dog was very seriously ill, so the vet doctor treated the dog without medicines and surgery. So this is the backdrop of the lesson, and with this introduction, let's move on to the different characters and theme. So with regard to the characters, as we discussed earlier, Mrs. Pumphrey, Tricky, an obese dog, means fat dog, and James Herriot, a veterinary surgeon. Regarding the theme of the lesson, too much indulgence and lack of self-control is bad for both humans and animals. This is the main theme of the lesson, a triumph of surgery. Now we will look at the short, sweet summary of the lesson. The story, A Triumph of Surgery, revolves around an ill dog named Tricky and his mistress named Mrs. Pumphrey. So, dear students, can you get the two characters here in the first line? Wonderful. Shall we go ahead? The dog was hugely fat. So, how was the dog? Dog looked so fat because it was overfed by his mistress, Mrs. Pumphrey. His blood was red and roomy. Mrs. Pumphrey gave him a malt, cod liver oil, and a bowl of Horlicks. Still, Tricky had no energy, means she felt that the dog is malnutritioned. Then the doctor advised her to cut down on sweet things. Tricky left eating and kept vomiting. So one day he was to be hospitalized. There the doctor gave Tricky nothing to eat for the first 2 days except water. Means the vet doctor had given the dog only water, nothing else. On the third day, there were signs of improvement with regard to the dog's health. He started taking food properly. The doctor didn't give him any medical treatment. This is the miracle. Tricky used to run around and play with other dogs cheerfully. Soon he recovered completely. Then Mrs. Pumphrey continued inquiring about Tricky on phone. When she came to collect the dog, tears were shining in her eyes. So the mistress felt so overjoyed after seeing the recovery of the dog. She called this a magical recovery, a triumph of surgery. That's why the title has been given so. Now we will justify why this title is given like that. So, dog's recovery is a triumph of surgery. Triumph means success done by the vet doctor here. He was completely recovered and transformed into a hard muscled dog. So, earlier it was very fat and very lazy, now a bit active and muscled. James Harriet treated the dog without medicine and surgery. That's why the term triumph is used here. So mistress was very happy and filled with gratitude. She thanked the vet doctor Harriet and said it was a triumph of surgery. So dear students, have you got the crux of the story now? Wonderful. Let's recapitulate the entire slides and we will conclude the story or triumph of surgery. So dear students, like this we will be continuing the series. Please stay tuned and get subscribed to our channel for more educational and enriching English content. Have a great day, my dear friends.